In the realm of the NBA, epic rivalries shape history and leave indelible marks on the memories of fans. The relationship between Paul Pierce and LeBron James stands out as an intriguing clash of titans, where respect and competitiveness intertwine. The highs and lows of this rivalry are striking, featuring intense battles on the court and provocations that have evolved over the years, reflecting the struggle for titles and the pursuit of legacy in a league rich with unforgettable stories. But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the amazing videos we'll be releasing. When we talk about the history of the NBA, one name that always comes up is Paul Pierce. At one point, he was not only considered one of the best forwards in the league, but also led the Boston Celtics, who dominated the Eastern Conference. However, this dominance was somewhat ephemeral, and part of that decline can be attributed to the emergence of LeBron James. This complex relationship between the two players, marked by rivalry and respect, is fascinating and helps us understand the true meaning of legacy in the NBA. Paul Pierce is not just a Celtics legend, he is an NBA champion with solid credentials. His new role as an analyst brings a unique perspective, but his opinions on LeBron, which often stir controversy, seem to overlook the impact that James had on the league. What makes this even more intriguing is the similarity between the two players. They both played the same position, had stints in Los Angeles, and faced similar challenges in their careers. It's interesting to see how Pierce, who did not receive the title of the chosen one upon entering the NBA, felt threatened by LeBron, a phenomenon who was already being compared to Michael Jordan before he even stepped onto the court. The rivalry between them began to heat up on the court. In his fourth season in 2002, Pierce led the Celtics back to the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade, becoming the offensive pillar of the team. When Pierce and LeBron's paths crossed, the impact was immediate. In one encounter, Pierce not only showcased his talent on the court, but also had a provocative moment while discussing with Otis Carter, the father of a close friend of LeBron. This culminated in an exhilarating spectacle, where Pierce, after making a series of perfect shots, looked in Carter's direction, sending a clear message to LeBron. He was there to compete. However, the rivalry was not limited to the game itself. During a preseason game in 2004, Pierce and LeBron engaged in an intense showdown. Pierce, on an offensive play, scored consecutive points against LeBron, demonstrating that he was not willing to give up his space in the league. What should have been just another preseason game turned into a battleground, with Pierce spitting in the direction of the Cavs bench, escalating the tension even further. After these provocations, the two teams did not face each other frequently, causing the rivalry to cool temporarily. However, during the All-Star games in 2005 and 2006, they began to find common ground, even sharing laughs and respecting each other's talent. While LeBron was quickly rising in the league, leading his team forward, Pierce was also facing similar challenges with the roster that, although not the strongest, always put in the effort. Everything changed in the 2007-08 season when the Celtics formed a powerful trio with Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. At that time, LeBron was still struggling to lead his team to a title, and their first playoff showdown became a true spectacle. Both were crucial for their teams, but the rivalry reached its peak during a game in which Pierce, in an iconic moment, held LeBron during a play, prompting Gloria James, LeBron's mother, to stand up and protest. LeBron's response, asking his mother to sit down, only added more spice to the rivalry. The climax of the rivalry between Pierce and LeBron was evident in a thrilling Game 7 that culminated in a victory for the Celtics. While Pierce and LeBron exchanged baskets, the lack of support for LeBron became even more apparent, generating frustration and calls for changes in management. For Pierce, that was a moment of glory, while LeBron watched his rivals lift the trophy he coveted so much. The pressure was high, and changes within the team were inevitable. After sensing LeBron's frustration, the Cavaliers' general manager, Danny Ferry, decided to take action and brought Mo Williams to the team. However, this addition wasn't exactly a game changer. After failing to acquire Amar Stoudemire, the Cavs settled for veteran Anton Jamison, who, along with a Shaquille O'Neal in his final days, was not enough to bear the weight of the expectations. In the 2009 to 2010 season, LeBron continued to shine, playing like a true MVP. However, in the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Cavs crossed paths with the Celtics again, led by the fearless Paul Pierce. With Coach Doc Rivers' strategy focused on neutralizing LeBron, the result was a series of victories for Boston. Although Pierce's offensive production decreased, his defense against LeBron was crucial, leading to a devastating elimination for the Cavaliers. The moment when LeBron left the court, visibly disappointed, was emblematic, representing not only a loss, but also a reflection on his future, which was approaching a pivotal free agency. The landscape was changing and LeBron knew something had to be done. He made a bold decision to migrate to Miami and form his own Big Three. The man needed help, and he found it. However, even after the changes, LeBron still struggled to overcome Pierce and the Celtics, even facing a home defeat that led Pierce to enthusiastically taunt LeBron. Fortunately for LeBron, the two teams met again in the playoffs. This time, the scenario was different. After an intense struggle, LeBron finally defeated Pierce and the Celtics, advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. However, revenge didn't take long to come. The following year, the Celtics, though aging, still fought to reclaim their position, facing the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. Reporters, as always, seized the opportunity to ask about the relationship between LeBron and Pierce, who responded diplomatically, reflecting the mutual respect that had developed over the years. The two superstars once again delivered impressive performances in an intense 7-game series. In Game 5, with the series tied, Pierce stood out by hitting a decisive shot over LeBron. But in the next game, it was LeBron's turn to shine, keeping his team alive with a memorable performance that would be etched in history. With the Heat triumphing in Game 7, LeBron knew his journey in search of his first NBA title was nearing completion, but not without first overcoming Pierce once more. From that point on, their on-court battles began to change. While Pierce saw his career slip away, changing teams, LeBron continued to make significant impacts, solidifying his position among the greats. During the quest for his second ring in the 2012 to 2013 season, LeBron reflected on his rivalries, admitting that, despite all the challenges, Pierce was his greatest rival, and when he won his second title, the irony did not go unnoticed. LeBron, alongside Dwyane Wade, seemed to delight in looking back and taunting Pierce, who, in turn, responded with a poignant reminder about the trade that sent him to the Nets. The rivalry, rich in history and emotion, continues to capture the imagination of fans. And in Brooklyn, Pierce seemed to have forgotten the game, amid this dance of superstars and battles that shaped the NBA. The journeys of both, intertwined in victories, defeats, and taunts, ensure that the league's history will always carry the echoes of LeBron and Pierce. In a meaningless preseason game against the Miami Heat, Paul Pierce stood out by playing like a linebacker. He hit LeBron James with a shoulder as the star drove toward the basket, claiming it was his way of signaling to the league. This was his truth, according to him. Later, Pierce insisted he should guard LeBron in the Eastern Conference semifinals and encouraged his young team not to fear the talent of James and the Heat. LeBron in turn dismissed the taunts, calling them nonsense and stating it was just a game. However, on the court, he demonstrated his power, humiliating Pierce. Before the series began, Pierce declared that the rivalry wasn't personal. However, this speech sounded contradictory, especially when he prevented his teammates from wearing LeBron's shoes. Despite his words, James never seemed to take this rivalry personally, even praising Pierce during his retirement. LeBron acknowledged the impact that the truth had on his career, saying, "For 19 years he left his mark on this game. I always respected and competed against him." After retirement, Pierce became more relaxed in interviews. In a 2017 conversation, he stated that he didn't recognize kings and questioned the concept of time. The former player challenged LeBron by saying that if they had been the same age, the results could have been different. This provocation came less than a year after his retirement, as if he were eager to discuss LeBron. James, on the other hand, didn't miss the opportunity to laugh at Pierce when his jersey retirement occurred on a night when the Celtics faced the Cavaliers. Interestingly, that same night would be marked by a tribute to Isaiah Thomas, a former Celtics player, but Pierce decided to cut that tribute short to have his moment. The result? A crushing defeat for the Celtics at the hands of the Cavs, forcing Pierce to watch awkwardly as his former team was dominated. With the game out of control, LeBron took the opportunity to joke with his teammates. The Celtics, however, would meet the Cavaliers again in the 2018 playoffs, giving Pierce a new chance to shine. He compared his rivalry with LeBron to the historic battle between Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas, which elicited an involuntary laugh from many. While he seemed hesitant to let go of his rivalry with LeBron, Pierce never missed a chance to praise him, quickly elevating himself to a higher level. And of course, he continued to insist that none of it was personal. In a segment on ESPN called Truth Serum, Pierce finally admitted that LeBron was his greatest rival, but soon boasted that he was the one who had influenced James's contract decisions. "No one has had more playoff battles than me and LeBron. Why do you think he moved to the Miami Heat? I sent the U-Haul truck down there," he quipped amidst laughter. Additionally, Pierce confirmed the controversy of the moment he spat in the direction of the Cavs bench, revealing his luck that social media didn't exist at the time to amplify the incident. While many wondered why LeBron didn't retaliate against the taunts, the truth was that he preferred to focus on playing. What started as a fiery, almost violent rivalry became a pure and sportsmanlike competition on the court. As LeBron became increasingly dominant, Pierce continued to talk, creating a dissonance off the court. Whether due to the difficulty of seeing someone surpass him after years of competition or the need for recognition, the rivalry between Paul Pierce and LeBron James will undoubtedly endure, especially as Pierce remains an analyst and LeBron continues to shine on the court. Who do you prefer, Paul Pierce or LeBron James? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. See you in the next one.